Now that I am up north in Galilee, where do I go from here? Find Jesus. That's it. If I can find Jesus, then perhaps I can ask him my questions, tell him my story, get his word. If I could just touch the hem of his robe, I know I'd be healed. Jesus will stop what he's doing, will turn and speak comforting words to me, and will heal whatever it is that ails me. I start asking around, where is Jesus? Most don't know. Some don't care. Eventually, I hear rumors that Jesus and his disciples are taking a little holiday, perhaps to get away from the crowds or to regain a perspective. Yeah, those crowds can be draining. But I'm an exception. He won't mind seeing me. I won't take much of his time. I'll go find him. Using my great cunning and skill, I track the Lord like a bloodhound or some kind of spiritual hitman. He has retreated to the Gentile region of Tyre and Sidon, beyond the reach of most of the Jewish throng. At last, I catch up with him and the disciples. But before I can approach Jesus, I see that a woman is following him. She cries out, "Lord, Son of David, have mercy on me. My daughter is suffering terribly from demon possession." She is a Gentile, as am I. Jesus does not answer a word. Not a word. Doesn't even acknowledge her presence. Just keeps walking, chatting with the disciples. This is not at all what I expected from the gentle shepherd. He healed entire villages. He had nearly been killed in his hometown for hinting that God cares about Gentiles. He initiated a conversation with the Samaritan woman at the well. Why on earth would Jesus give this Gentile woman the silent treatment? It seems so unlike, well, Jesus. What does this mean? Does he want her to plead? Is this the test to see if she will prevail? Surely this isn't because he doesn't care. Whatever he is doing, I'd like to know, because I think sometimes he's doing the same thing with me. I am, after all, also a Gentile, though grafted into the olive tree of God's people. Like her, I call him by the right name and ask him for a favor. Like her, I don't sense him saying yes or no to my request. I just hear silence, not a word. Is Jesus ignoring me? Finally, the disciples, who always seem to have mixed motives, urge him to send her away. Jesus strangely tells her that he came only for Israel. She wisely answers that she's happy to be a lowly dog and just get some scraps from the table. Now, Jesus sees what he has needed to see. This woman has great faith, and he says the word. Her request is granted just like that. It is the unanswerable question, why the silence? A girl with a prophetic demon keeps following Paul around. Like this Syrian woman, the young girl also says the right words. She declares that Paul and Silas are from God and that people should listen to them. Paul ignores her for some time, and finally, after some days, he turns and commands the demon to leave her. Is Paul exasperated? Does he finally grow impatient? Is this spiritual road rage? Perhaps he is fully aware of the consequences of destroying this girl's means of making money for her masters, and he at first hesitates to cause her pain. Is he waiting for something that we cannot know about, where the Spirit finally nudges him and says, "Now, I'll never know this one either"? Many times in Jesus' ministry, demons and evil spirits cry out, "I know who you are, the Holy One of God." And Jesus always tells those demons to be silent. Is that because he will not receive praise, even done in his name, if it comes from a heart that is not devoted to him? Jesus says that there are those who call him Lord, Lord, but they do not do what he says. He says he does not know such people and will send them away. Why does Jesus sometimes have no conversation? Jesus told the story of a widow who was petitioning an unjust judge for justice. She came back day after day to plead her case. Finally, out of exasperation, the judge grants her request because she is wearing him out. Jesus told that story to show that we should not give up in our praying. Similarly, Jesus said, "Keep on asking, and you will receive." Paul writes that we will reap in due season if we continue to do good and don't give up. I don't think that these passages are intended to be some sort of unfailing promises given to keep me claiming my blessing in the face of all odds. But I do think that I sometimes get silence confused with a no answer, and I give up too soon. The silence of God in this case is not a yes or a no, or even a wait. It really is silence. I'm in a holding room waiting for the judge to return. What do I do in the meantime while I wait for an answer? Well, I keep on asking. I keep on seeking. I keep on knocking. Eventually, I will receive. I will find, and it will be open to me. Sometimes, God is silent. While I am pleading and banging on heaven's door, is he indifferently turning away, distracted by some major disaster elsewhere in the world? Are the angels whispering to him, "Make him go away"? Or shall I trust that this is the silent non-answer of a loving Father who knows what is best and when is best, and who knows how many times I need to ask before I get my petition right? The thing is, there are no easy answers as to why, and he doesn't have to explain it. Which is good, because he doesn't. Do I dare approach the Master now? Do I ask him to explain himself? I'm not even sure exactly what my question is anymore. I drop back and stay at a distance, mulling it over. Maybe I should leave him alone. Maybe.